Good evening. This is your Vault Keeper here. This is another episode of Behind the Locked Door. We're going to be talking about some strange and interesting things. I was recently called out by a hunter to investigate some weird things going on his property. Sounds, just odd stuff. Then he told me that while he was hunting, he had seen something big, kind of a reddish, rusty looking color, moving very fast to the tree line. Now this hunter's land is pretty remote. Some areas you can't even access it with a four-wheeler or a truck. You have to walk in only. After the initial talk we first had on the phone and I agreed to come out, he had some other things happen on his place. When I got there, he explained to me the recent occurrences. He told me there's a remote spot on his property that he had noticed a lot of deer activity, and so he decided to build a ladder stand and put it up there. He said he took him 2 days to build the ladder stand. He never heard nothing nor seen nothing. After he had the ladder stand built, he said about 2 weeks went by before he decided to go back out there and use it. The wind and everything was just right. When he got there, he noticed a large cedar tree had been knocked over, almost hitting his stand. That is the only tree in the area that was disturbed. Now, this cedar tree is probably 10 inches around, probably 40 foot tall. It didn't blow over. We don't have any snow in this area, and no other normal animal from the area could have pushed it over. You can't get a vehicle in there, and you can't get a four-wheeler in there. This area is one of those areas that you have to walk in, and it's probably 2 miles walking in. This man has probably 2,000 acres that he hunts on. He told me he'd never really hunted in this area, and the dogs, for some reason, when they run, rabbit dogs, never went to this area. So I got him to mark the area on a GPS locator that I used to find the area. And when he said it was remote, it was remote. And sure enough, I found the deer stand and found the tree. Now on this tree, you'll see that there's a spot that looks like something pushed against it. And then right above that, on the first branch, you'll notice another little spot. These spots are probably 10 foot apart. That's a pretty good wingspan on whatever it was that done this. The other thing is, the first place is pretty good size and it's too high for any bumper. And the second place is definitely too high. It's probably 16 feet up. I have 3 pictures I'm going to put in this video that go along with this. Now you can see I have my rifle laying there for scale. The rifle from barrel to stock is 54 inches long. That kind of gives you a scale of how large around and how tall this tree was. There was definitely an odor in the air around the area. I did hear something in the tree line that sounded like it was paralleling me, but I never got to see it. I did see where it looked like there could have been foot tracks, but it had been raining for so long there at the time and I couldn't make any out distinguishably. That's the reason why there's no pictures. You can also see his ladder stand in one of the pictures. And there were no other trees in that area that were disturbed. The only thing else that had been disturbed was one small sapling that he had cut down previous, and you can see that in one of the photos. I took one of my helpers along. That would be minion number 1. That will be him you see in the photo. And I'm up in the deer stand looking down to give you a scale of how big this area is and to show you there's no other trees in the area that was disturbed. For something to have pushed this one tree down had to have some strength and it had to be big. Now I can't say for most definite that it was a Bigfoot, but all the other indications that I've heard and I've seen, I do believe that he has a male in his area that is a loner, an old alpha, if you would say, and it's a big boy. I'm going to try to get more evidence and more pictures. He said he hasn't picked anything up on his trail cameras, but he's noticed in that area there are deer sign, but he never ever sees any. I plan on going back out to this site since I have total access now to the site and doing some more investigations. If I get more evidence or more pictures, I will be posting them. I did find a line of tree breaks, but it was too indistinguishable from wind damage or just regular tree breaks, so I didn't want to bother y'all with that. But he told me of an area on the other side of a hillside that definitely has some weird activity. I'm going back out in the next week or so, and like I said, I'll have an update for you. Hope everyone has enjoyed this episode of Behind the Locked Door. And as always, be safe and don't forget to lock the door on your way out. On some more business, I'm fixing to start doing a live broadcast, kind of like what we've been doing over on Darkwater's channel. He's kind of been pushing me to do that, and been looking for some people to come on with me. So if you're interested and you have a couple of good stories you think you would like to tell, please leave me a message on this page under this video. And always remember, please like and please share. I think our first one is going to be this Thursday night, and I'm going to have Mr. Darkwater's himself on there for our very first one. And we may try to pull some people randomly in. Like I said, if you're interested, leave me a message under this video. And yes, I do read all the messages, but a lot of times I'm so busy, I do not have time to answer them back. So don't think I'm not reading them. And as always, thank you and have a nice day.